Hello Libra, DJ with DJ Star Tarot with your reading from September 28th through October 4th. Alright, so let's get started. Four of Swords in reverse, Four of Cups upright, the Hangman, the Knight of Wands, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius energy here, and it doesn't have to be. But let's kind of look at this as an overall, right? I'm getting like there's a lot of fast movement, like you're just doing a lot. Maybe there needs to be some kind of balance here. Taking time out to really rest, or even a day off if you could. I feel like for some of you, you just kind of feel bored or unappreciative here. I feel like you need to change your perspective on how you're handling things and how you move forward. I do see there does need to be some kind of balance, okay? But let's go ahead and look at these cards individually. Now we're going to talk about the Four of Swords in reverse and what that means for you. It really, if you're feeling tired, isolated, exhausted, feeling like you're doing too much, it's saying that you need to take time to rest. You need to allow yourself to rest, right? Because I feel like you need to just kind of step back, take a deep breath, and just find that time to relax. When we have the Four of Swords in reverse, when it comes to our work and career, it means that we need to take some time off, right? So that we can change our perspective, so we could see things and not get overwhelmed, right? We better handle things when we're rested, when we're well rested, right? I feel like some of you may be getting clear about things in your work environment. Like you kind of feel like, hey, this isn't right, and you knew that, but I feel like you're getting more information about that. You're getting more clear about that, right? Now, I feel like if you are looking to for another job, I feel like this is saying take that time out to do so, okay? So if you're in a position where you're feeling like you just don't fit in, you feel unappreciated, unvalued in your current work environment, it's saying, you know what, take a day off, take time to find work that will appreciate who you are and your type of, and what you do, what you put out, right? If you're unemployed, I feel like it's just saying that, it suggests that you need to change some kind of the way you're doing things, right? Some kind of tactic. So whatever that may be for you, Libra. Now, when it comes to your relationships, right? Could be love, it could be friendship. Some of you, if you're currently in a romantic relationship, I feel like you need to make a little more effort of feeling together, being with your partner. But I feel like, you need to stay alert of things, right? Especially if you or your partner are feeling exhausted about something, and try to find that balance for the two of you, okay? Now, if you are if you are single and you are, maybe not looking, but you're looking, I feel like, this is a time that you need to change where you're going, right? So how you're meeting people, the groups of people you hang out with, what type of person you want to meet, and are you going to meet that type of person in the environment that you are currently in that current circle, okay? So when it comes to finances, I feel like you just need to take a counterintuitive step in putting money out of your mind for a few, because I feel like it gives you anxiety and worry, right? Because you're always thinking about money and how to save and where your savings is going and, all of that good stuff. I feel like there needs to be some kind of change in order for you to see money in a different way. As we see, the Hangman is here. That's all about changing your perspective on your whole, on a whole. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups to me can mean a lot of different things, but because it is in a place of the way that the cards are laid out, it's saying, be more present and count the blessings that you do have, right? But it also is saying that there could, that where you're at right now, you're feeling like it's too much, right? You may be feeling like you don't like the current job that you do, but you do it because it has that sense, you've been there a while, right? It has that sense of security. But know that that's not always the case, right? No job is 100% secure. It's saying to be thankful for where you're at and what you do have. But if you're feeling completely trapped and unappreciative and bored, it's saying that you need to probably do something different or have a different outlook. Maybe take a day off and just kind of do nothing, just veg out, right? And that'll help you change perspective. It'll refreshen your energy, your thoughts, everything, and you'll have a different point of view. Now, as far as love, it's saying that, are you being realistic about it, right? Are you really being realistic about either your current relationship or what you want in a person, right? Some of you, it's saying that you may be giving too much to somebody who is literally unavailable to you, right? Emotionally, mentally, physically, could be unavailable to you, and you may be constantly trying, and it's exhausting. It's saying that you need to take a break from that, and really look at things, right? Because here we are, the hangman, and I have to leave the two cards like that because it really is saying to be more in the moment, to be more in the present, and to look at things from a different perspective when it comes to your overall situation here, right? Now we're going to go back to the Four of Cups because it says that as far as finances, right? It's saying that focus on what you can do and not what you can't do, okay? So when we focus on the can, things start to kind of fall into place for you, right? And we change our outlook on something, and then we're able to achieve the goals, whatever that may be for you, okay? But it's saying that in order to do that, we need to take a step back. We need to take, clear our thoughts and refocus. So there's sort of like a refocus and and having a different perspective. When we see that hangman there, right, it could be that you could be thinking of an outdated way or thinking of a way that isn't working for you. That's why the cards are telling you to change your tactics, right, and how you approach things and how you go about things and how you see things, how you, just different, your whole life overall, right? It's saying that, maybe you need to change that, right? Maybe we need to have a little more of a sacrifice so things can open up in a more positive way. But first we got to let go of what isn't allowing that to happen, right? So it's saying to really look at things, right? Really look at what really serves your interest and what are you willing to change and how are you going to change that, right? So what are you willing to change? How are you going to change it? So those are kind of things that you have to look at when it comes to that, right? Now, when it comes to your work environment, I feel like some of you are kind of just, you're over it. It's just like you're not there 100%. And it's saying that the only way to make the change is to make a change, right? If you feel like the company is a good company, find a different department you can apply to if there's any openings, right? But it's saying that you really need to relax, right? Really take a time to step away, take time out so you could reflect, okay, on how you will move forward, what changes will be needing to be changed. Maybe it's just that you're so overwhelmed and you're feeling like you're carrying a heavy burden, and maybe you just have too much on your plate and you need to focus on one thing at a time. So with that hangman there, it's saying that when you do that, change will happen, right? Because you change. It's like, if you look at the hangman card, you see how that light is around his head. It's like light bulbs go on, right? Your mental clarity, when you get the rest that you need, when you let go of what isn't really working, you get ideas on how to move forward. So that's why the hangman is here telling you there is a need of some kind of change in the way that you view things and the way that you do things, okay? Now, again, with the hangman, when it comes to love, it's saying that you need to let go of something that's unattainable, right? So maybe this person is in your life, but they're really not they're not into you, right? They're in the relationship, but they're not into you. So what do you do here? We have to let that go because that's not going to be beneficial for you, right? Maybe you need to let go of what it is that you really want and be more realistic about what's attainable, okay? If you're in a long-term relationship, You might have had so many, crossroads. You might have crossed so many crossroads. But what does your partner feel? Are you both on the same page? And are you both going to elevate each other? That's going to bring you to another level. Again, this is all about changing your perspective. There is a need for a new vision here, a new way of moving forward with things, okay? And overall, now when it comes to finances, I feel like if things feel like, oh, I need to penny pinch a little bit, it's saying that to be open for flow of prosperity, right? So, yeah, I just feel that don't overspend and don't give if you can't, but change your mind how you view money so that there is that openness and that money can flow in, right? So let's not have a love-hate relationship, but have more of a, okay, I appreciate what I have, and allow more to come in type of relationship, okay? Now, it's interesting that the Knight of Wands is here, because the Knight of Wands says that once you change your perspective on how you see things, right? Once you get balanced, once you're rested, you start to see things change, right? And you start to feel fully energized. You start, things start to look good. You're ready for things. Your self-conscious is there. You're increasing your high vibrations, right? And you're really working towards your goals. Now, when you are rested and you change your perspective is when the Knight of Wands will kick in and you'll move forward, okay? The Knight of Wands also brings good news when it comes to your work and your career. So if you are currently looking for work and you change your view or your energy of how you obtain this job, then you get that job, okay? Now, it could be also a raise or a different project and stuff like that. It could be that you want to do something different. It's saying that you are likely to be more successful than you think, right? Things are going to, you're going to move in a positive direction and you're going to feel that pride, right? And it's saying that when that happens, just, savor that. Again, when it comes to work, there could be some kind of travel when it comes to work, but it's going to be enjoyable, okay? There is good news when it comes to promotions and work. So if you've been interviewing, I feel like you're going to get that position. When it comes to love, you may meet someone and this person could have hair on the lighter end of the, lighter hair. This person is going to come in, smooth talking, okay? There's a lot of communication there. If you're in a committed relationship, it's saying that we need to change things, right? Communication needs to be clear about what it is that you want, right? Make your point. Could you improve this? Could you come closer? Could you separate, right? Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish in a current relationship? And, again, if you're single, there is someone going to come in that's going to be really smooth talking, and kind of sweep you off your feet here. Finances. Excuse me. It's saying don't overspend when you don't have it. So if you don't have to spend, it says to rethink that, right? Change your perspective on how you view money and how you spend money, how you make money. It's saying that your finances will go well and you want to save. So that's why it's saying if you're in that point where you want to save, it's saying to, really look at what it is that you're spending your money on, and do you necessarily need to buy those things or spend your money with those, buying those things, okay? Because it'll allow you to save if you don't. I do feel like with this Knight of Wands, when you take that day off, or you take that time off to just detox, right? Just clear your mind, clear your thought, change your perspective. You start to move you start to take action towards your goals, because that's what the Knight of Wands is all about. The Knight of Wands is all about action. It's all about getting things done, right? It's action. It's movement. Okay, so it's saying that you'll focus more on that. You're going to feel more energetic when you do take the time out to rest. You're going to think positive. You won't be so impulsive, but you'll take more control on what it is that you're doing. Okay, so I do see that. But again, there's a need for rest. There's a need to change your perspective, and there's a need to change how you go about achieving your goals. But I see that you will do that, and I feel like there's going to be that balance here for you, Libra. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Be blessed, and we'll talk soon.